Climate change will have a direct impact on the financial returns and sustainability of companies, which is why it is becoming imperative for both corporates and investors to integrate climate-related risks into their strategic and operational processes. Companies are increasingly obligated to report on their climate risk exposure to their investors and other stakeholders, such as regulators or government, clients, and employees. Climate change is a material risk for both corporates and their investors, and companies need to provide their stakeholders with information as to 1. What these risks are, and 2. How they will be managed. Insufficient information about climate risks for companies and investors can lead to the mispricing of assets, misallocation of capital, stranded assets, and asset price bubbles, presenting additional risks to companies, investors, and society. There are two types or categories of climate change risk. These are physical and transition risks. Physical risks relate to the physical impacts that result from climate change. Climate change increases the frequency, intensity, and unpredictability of extreme weather events such as floods, sea level rise, droughts, etc. Transition risks result from the transition to a low-carbon economy, spurred on either by regulation or changing consumer preferences, as climate change is increasingly recognized as a global systematic risk. The financial implications of physical risk events include damage to property, infrastructure, livelihoods, and even loss of lives. Longer-term effects include reduced agricultural productivity as a result of temperature changes, and threaten marine ecosystems as a result of warmer and more acidic oceans. Transition risks arise as a result of transition to low-carbon economy, spurred on either by regulation or changing consumer preferences. Transition risks arise when financial institutions fail to incorporate the shift from carbon-intensive to greener business models into their planning, which could result in the risk of having stranded assets in their portfolios. As the transition to lower carbon economies progresses, carbon-intensive companies are likely to suffer from reduced profits, operational and/or regulatory disruptions to their operations, as well as reduced investor interest in carbon-intensive assets. For more information about how climate change will impact on the sustainability of companies and the investment returns provided to investors, as well as access to project resources made available through the South Africa-UK Pact-funded project, please visit www.dnaeconomics.com. We would like to thank South Africa-UK Pact for supporting this educational video. For more information about South Africa-UK Pact, please visit ukpact.co.uk.